Hey, loves, how y'all doing? Welcome to Slapping with Truth. Hey, hey, hey. Now, y'all already know that today on this episode right here, this is a lovely episode, if I do say so myself. Reason why being because let me tell y'all, this episode is about something that I struggled with, and I know a lot of business owners struggle with, especially with clarity, is respect. Because we gonna learn today that respect is demonstrated through behaviors, not your opinions. Yes, yes, Respect is demonstrated through your behaviors, not your opinions. Okay. Now, I know a lot of y'all like, what did she just say? Yes, I just said it. But go ahead and give me a yes, no, but y'all know how I am. No, I'm just kidding. Not. But no, before we move forward, make sure that y'all like, subscribe, and all that Gucci stuff. If you have been rocking with me, y'all know I gotta say thank you for rocking with me. Now I think I am up to like over 250 subscribers. So for you, I have you all to thank for that. Make sure that you sharing this video if you feel like you gained just a slight bit of clarity. If I just planted just a little bit of seed in you with this episode right here, make sure that you share this video, plant a seed in somebody else. That's all it takes. It's free to share. It's free 99 to share, y'all. Free 99. Okay. The reason why a lot of, business owners especially seem to think that respect is built, through opinions is because we have opinions, especially when it comes to ourselves. So if you don't know, y'all know I'm talking about respecting yourself. So this episode is not about you respecting, everybody else and demonstrating, that through behavior versus opinions. No, it's about demonstrating to yourself through behavior other than your opinions. Okay, especially if you're a fresh business owner. What does that look like? In the beginning, a lot of business owners, they have a lot of opinions about themselves. Think about this. Am I good? Am I a great fit? Hmm. Will they really hire me? Hmm. Do I have the right degree? Right? Oh man, now you know what? My environment, the government, them are all opinions. Them are all opinions that a lot of business owners tend to jump on and worry about when guess what? You haven't even demonstrated through behavior whether that opinion is correct or not. And the only way to find out what's correct is by demonstration. And in order to demonstration, that's you demonstrate through your behavior, okay? Through action. Behavior is an action word. And we're going to talk about that when it comes to business owners. So for me, as you don't know, I had a gun put to my head on 4 different occasions. So it was very hard for me to respect myself. It was very hard for me to have great opinions about myself. Now, I know I have some other business owners out there just like Queen A. Maybe you didn't have a gun to your put to your head, right? Maybe you had a rough childhood. Maybe you grew up on the streets. Maybe you grew up without no parents. I don't know what the struggle is, but I know that every business owner, every successful business owner has a struggle. And it's through our struggles that we form opinions. We form opinions through our struggles. And when we form these opinions through our struggles, it interferes with our behavior. We start actually mimicking our behavior based off our opinions. We should be what? Mimicking our behaviors. We start mimicking our behaviors based off our opinions, and that is totally backwards. So you have to grow and learn a behavior of respect with clarity. Well, how can you respect yourself first with clarity? How can you get out of that feeling? For me, it was a feeling. Like, you know what? I'm tired. I had a gun put to my head. My son passed away when I was young, right? Because for those of y'all that don't know, I had my first child when I was 14. Well, I got pregnant when I was 14, had him at 15. And then he passed away the day before my birthday. And that had me thinking crazy about myself. It gave me crazy, strange opinions about myself, about how my motherhood was, whether I was a great mother, about his death. Was it my fault? For the longest time, I couldn't even form great great thoughts about myself because of the opinions that I let swarm in my mind. And it's a lot of business owners out there today. Y'all letting y'all opinions of how y'all was raised swarm through y'all mind. Y'all know how to talk about the millions of doors that's open? What's a lot of business owners out there that have a million doors open in their head, meaning a million opinions going on in their head. So guess what? They can't understand how to respect themselves. So they seem to think that respecting themselves is waiting till tomorrow. They seem to think that respecting themselves is, you know what? I don't have that degree right now. So let me wait till I get that degree to start. They seem to think that respecting themselves is, I don't have the money right now. So let me wait until I get the funds to start. But that's not respecting yourself as a business owner. That's far from respect as a business owner. Far from respect as a business owner. And we're going to talk about what is exactly is the respect. Most business owners have no clue what respect is. But today, we're going to give you a clue of what respect is. All right? Hint, hint. You have it on the screen. But for those of y'all that don't know, let's go over the definition of respect so we can start understanding why respect is demonstrated through our behaviors and not opinions, okay? So the definition of respect is recognition of dignity and values expressed through boundaries, fairness, and appropriate conduct towards self and others, okay? So respect is what? Recognition of dignity and value expressed through boundaries, fairness, and appropriate conduct towards self and others. And let's break that down for a moment. So if respect is recognition, and I add recognition, why? Because a lot of business owners, we have a problem with recognition when it comes to ourselves. We have a problem celebrating ourselves. We have a problem like, you know what? I did that. Just letting ourselves know what we did. Man, you know what? I'm amazed. I got that done. We have a problem with that, patting ourselves on the back. So I underlined the recognition because I want y'all to understand that's part of respect, especially when it comes to yourself. Because if you don't recognize what's great in you, how can every other person that you come in contact with, your customers, your clients, your teammates, how can they recognize how great you are if you don't even respect yourself enough to recognize how great you are? But let's break this down, right? So first, recognition. That's the first word. So first, start recognizing what's great about yourself, right? Recognition of dignity. Well, what is dignity? Dignity is the state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect. Dignity is what? The state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect. Now let's break that down. Because remember what I was just talking about. When I had a gun put to my head on 4 different occasions, my son passed away. I went through so much. I didn't feel like I was worthy of honoring myself. How can I honor myself? Think about that. When you're going through that, it's hard to honor yourself as a mother. It's hard to honor yourself as a worker. It's hard to honor yourself as a sister. It's hard to honor yourself as a daughter. It's just hard to honor yourself as a friend or in general. And a lot of business owners, guess what? You have this right here. You're lacking dignity, the state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect. Right? You don't think that you're worthy of it. You're lacking that. You know, I don't why should am I worthy, right? I don't have that degree. I'm not making as much as they making. I'm not where they're from. Everybody don't know me. I don't have 1,000,000 followers. Heck, I don't even have 1,000 followers. So, you know, why should I be worthy of being honored? And that is what a lot of business owners are telling themselves, and they're putting themselves in a hole. They're putting themselves in a hole just off of that right there. And if that's you as a business owner, make sure you stick around for this episode right here, because towards the end, once we get finished, you're going to understand the first step in getting over these things so you can start having respect for yourself. Because remember, we ain't talking about respecting everybody else. Most of us understand how to respect everybody else over ourselves. As a business owner, we tend to respect our teams more. We tend to respect our customers more. We tend to respect everybody more than we do ourselves. But that stops today. And if you watching this and you're still here, that means guess what? This is for you. This is for you. You're ready to start honoring yourself. You're ready to move on with dignity and start respecting yourself. Okay, so now let's finish reading what respect is. Recognition of dignity, right? Recognition, what? Recognizing that we are worthy to be honored. That's what dignity is. So recognition of dignity and value, right? What do you value? Recognition of dignity, right? Worthy of being honored or respected, and value. Most of us don't have no values. We don't know what we values. So that aligns with why most of the world can't respect themselves. Are y'all seeing something now with this right here? Are y'all seeing something now with this right here? Think about that for a second. Let me take this off. Most of the world right now, they don't even understand what their values are. If I was to walk up to just maybe 10 individuals throughout the world and say, what are your values? Most of them have the same answer. I value money, family, freedom. That's about it. But what happened to respect? What happened to being honest with yourself? Them are values. Let me tell you what I value, right? I value respect. I value honest. I value understanding that failures come along with life. I call them life lessons. What I value walking in and walking along with your what? Fears. Because fears come along when just because you don't understand what's there. You don't understand what's next. Now, I'm not saying that sometimes it ain't right to be fearful. And if you listen to me, you understand that I break that down. I go deeper into that. But we just touching the surface today, the surface, okay? Take me some water because y'all see I'm constantly looking. But like I said, what do you value as a business owner? You have to understand what you value because your company should be aligned with that. And if it's not, it's going to be hard for you to respect yourself in that industry or whatever it is that you're doing if your values are not in line with whatever the company is. Like, for instance, my values are respect, honesty, things of that nature. So it would be hard for me to start a company that's full of drama. It would be hard for me. Why? Because that don't align with my values. That's not what I value. Okay, that's not what's important to me. All right, so values are what's important to you. So now let's go ahead and finish breaking this down. So what is respect? Respect is recognition of dignity and value. Okay, recognition of dignity and value. So first, you got to recognize, right? We got to be able to recognize what we are worth. We got to be able to recognize are we, that we are able to be honored. We got to recognize them things. We got to recognize our values. Recognize our values, okay? Right? So recognition of dignity and value expressed through what? Boundaries. I should have circled boundaries as well. Right? I should have circled it because let me tell y'all. Because boundaries is something that a lot of business owners are lacking boundaries. As a business owner, I want you to ask yourself this, because remember, we're talking about respect is demonstrated through behavior, not through your opinions, okay? So you can think that you're respectful, but if if your behavior says otherwise, it doesn't matter. So if you demonstrating that you want to be on the baddies club, but you talking about how respectful you are, it doesn't matter, okay? Because we're breaking down what respect is. So as a business owner, are you implementing boundaries? See, a lot of us, we can't respect ourselves because we don't have no boundaries. We're steady telling everybody that reach out to us, yes, we can. I can help you. I can help you. We almost like Oprah. I can help you. I can help you. I can help you get a help. You get help. Guess what? As a business owner, you can't help everybody. If you help everybody, you're not going to be strategic and it's not going to work. You have to still be focused. So what boundaries are you putting in? Are you like for instance for me? So I have boundaries on when I go to sleep, right? I have to be sleep at a certain time because I have boundaries on when I get up. I have to be up at a certain time, right? I have boundaries on what I'm eating now. I have boundaries on working out. So these are new implemental boundaries that I set for myself because I had to understand what my values was, right? What am I worthy of? Why should they honor me? Why, things of that nature. Why am I worthy to be honored? Oh, you know what? Because I do this and I do that. Because I plant seeds of clarity. I help people understand like this right here. I'm helping business owners just like you. If you here and you watching, I'm planting a seed in you so you can understand how respect is built for yourself and not for others. Because see, we giving a lot of respect to Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Hey, my YouTube, I love y'all. But let's implement and get that respect back to ourselves. So are you setting boundaries on what you watch, what you're listening to? How often do you watch it or listen to it? But these are boundaries that need to be set in place. It's a reason why let me tell y'all something. It's a reason why the word boundaries is in this definition. Because how can you respect yourself? It will be hard for you to respect yourself with no boundaries. If you constantly telling everybody yes, you don't respect. Of course, you can't respect yourself enough to get the job done. You can't honor yourself. You don't think you're worthy enough of anything because you're telling everybody yes. You don't have no boundaries, right? So through boundaries, fairness, this is another one. Fairness. Let's talk about this one right here for a second. Let's talk about fairness. Now, fairness, I like to sum that up into customer service. So y'all got to understand as a business owner, you have to be fair with everything, especially with yourself. Be fair with yourself. Now, why did I say we have to learn how to be fair with ourselves? Because as a business owner, we're hard on ourselves. Think about it. We miss a day. Oh my gosh, man, I'm horrible. I ain't gonna get it done. I might as well just talk it up, right? Man, they ain't approved me for that long. We don't what? We have to understand to be fair with ourselves. Okay. Well, guess what? I might not have woke up at 5 today, but I've been waking up at 5 for the last 6 months or whatever, right? Be fair with yourself. I might have missed this workout, but I've been working out consistently for the past few weeks. Or maybe I worked out all this week and I just missed one day. Be fair with yourself. Understand and allow yourself to make mistakes. That's okay. It's when you stop being fair to yourself that you lose respect for yourself. You start being hard on yourself. You start, like just being so, get it done. You're a failure. You should have did it. You were supposed to read 10 pages in a book and you only read 8. You failure. That's how you look at yourself when you ain't fair to yourself. But as a business owner, you must be fair to yourself. It's in the definition. What did we just see? We just seen it. What is expressed through boundaries, which we already talked about. Fairness. Be fair with yourself. Speak kindly to yourself. Understand that you stop, what that is, comparing yourself to somebody's 20-year journey. Be fair to you. Allow yourself to go through the process. Allow yourself to make mistakes. That's fair. But be fair. That's how what is expressed. It's expressed through boundaries. Fairness. Be kind to yourself. And what else? It's expressed through an appropriate conduct. Now let's talk about appropriate conduct. So appropriate is, what's the definition of appropriate? Appropriate is, the definition is suitable or proper in the circumstances. Okay? Suitable or proper in the circumstance. So that means appropriate conduct. How we was talking about being fair. Well, understand that guess what? In these circumstances right here, it's suitable for me to miss a day. It's suitable that I'm not gonna, wake up exactly at 5 a.m. Every day, considering the circumstances, right? Well, I'm a human being. What is the circumstances? I want y'all to say this with me. Write this in the comments. I'm a human being. It's okay. It's okay. I'm a human being. It's okay. Write that in the comments because a lot of us don't understand that. Right? And that's how respect is expressed through the suitable and or proper in the circumstances, right? And say an appropriate conduct. And appropriate means suitable or proper in the circumstances. So you got to be suitable with yourself, proper with yourself, right? Kind to yourself. How we was talking about fairness, be kind to yourself. In these circumstances, is it natural that if you're a brand new burger flipper that you might not drop a burger? No, I mean that's natural. It's common sense that if you're a business owner and you're brand new, that something's going to go wrong. And even down the line, if you've been in business for 20 years, something is going to go wrong. Okay, you do the best that you can do. Like they say, what they call it, the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, you should be getting better, doing something towards your goal. 20%, we're all human. Okay. 20% of the time, you might wake up late. You might not complete that application. You might misspell a word. You might be off a little bit. You might wake up, whatever the case may be. It's okay. Write that in the comments. You're a human being. Okay. So now let's finish up the definition of respect. All right. So respect is what? Recognition, meaning recognizing, and spotting yourself, right? For it's a recognition of dignity. So it's spotting yourself of the things that you're worthy of, the things that you should be honored for yourself, right? Like for instance, for me, I feel like I am worthy, right? I am worthy of being a clarity coach. I should be like, I honor myself, right? I should honor myself because I'm getting up at 5 a.m. when I hated getting up in the AM. I hated it. You talking to somebody who always worked third shifts, guys. Let me tell y'all. I've always worked third shift because I hate it with a passion getting up in the AM. So I feel like that's one of the reasons why I'm worthy of respect to myself. I'm not talking about to the world. Okay. So that was for me. All right. And values, right? So recognizing and, spotting, what you're able, like spotting what you're worthy of, spotting why you should honor yourself, spotting your values, right? Spotting your values. And then I want y'all to then get what? Express. How is it expressed? Expressed through boundaries. This is how you express respect. Now they're telling you how to express it. You should be having boundaries for that phone call, for that person who always, has that story to tell when you got something to do, for them places that's always popping up when you shouldn't be going, you know. So express through boundaries, picking up that cake when you should be getting the apple, or them salt and vinegar chips in my case, right? When I know I should be getting the apple. But boundaries. All right. So this is how it's expressed through boundaries, being fairness, fair to yourself, understanding that guess what? I'm human. Things are going to happen. I'm not going, I might not be 100% all the time. And appropriate conduct, understanding, right? And that understanding that you should be proper with yourself, right? Like express yourself through appropriate conduct. What to say, suitable or proper. So be proper to yourself. That's how you should be conducting yourself. Like how they say how you should conduct business. This is how you should conduct business when it comes to your mental, when it comes to your mentality. This is how you should conduct business with your mentality in order to gain respect for yourself. Okay. All right. Because it say towards at the end, and I circled self in there. Because most of us, when we think about respect, we forget that the first person or the first thing or the first whatever you need to respect is yourself. You have to respect yourself before you respect others. And even if you look up the definition, it's a appropriate conduct towards self first, And then it say and others. So even in writing the definition, they even know that it's important for you to have all this when it comes to yourself. Then work on it when it comes to others. And the reason why I wanted y'all to understand what respect is, because a lot of people don't understand respect. Now I'm gonna read this one more time and I'm gonna take it off the screen, okay? Take a screenshot, look it up, whatever you have to do. All right. But respect is recognition of dignity and value expressed through boundaries, fairness, and appropriate conduct towards self and others. All right. So I hope y'all got that. That's how it's expressed. No other way. Ain't no way around. You know, I say ain't no way around it. Right? Ain't no way around it. It's no way around it. So make sure that if y'all looking to respect yourself, also, I have to tell y'all, my bad, our journals, new journals just came in. So make sure that y'all go ahead. And this is another way as a business owner that you can respect yourself, right? We have journals. Yes, we do. So for those of y'all that may not know, we do have journals. Now, these journals right here, they are custom made by us. You see our logo down there, it's S&B Sense. And they also come with a stylus pen. And on the stylus pen, it say clarity starts with you. I don't know if you can see that, but it says clarity starts with you. And this is the stylus part. So you can take that part of the pen and you can doodle on your phone, press things on your phone, your laptop, whatever you need to do, whatever is touch screen. This stylus pen, you can use that instead of your fingers. Some people don't like germs. This is perfect. I love the way it writes, and ballpoint pen. This is better than our last journals. And I actually just got finished with our my other journal that I had. So I am, and let me show y'all so y'all know that I journal as well. When we talking about respecting ourselves, right? So I'm not just telling y'all, this is a way of respecting yourself. And this is how I overcome my opinions and focus on my behavior. You see this? Yes, I've been journaling. And just to show y'all, like I always, this is mine, if you can see. So I always write letters to myself in the beginning. And in the front page, you can write your name, phone number, email, and your reward. So what is your reward? You know? So you like, what is your reward after you finish emptying the spaces, right? What is your reward? Because this is all about gaining clarity, you know, and respecting yourself, especially when we talk about this. All right. That helps you break everything down. If you would like our journals, our lovely journals, make sure that you click on the link in the description of this video. These journals are $30. But let me tell you, they're $30 because they are worth it. They come with not only just custom made, the stylus pen, and they more than anything, they help you get clear on your goals, on your values, on who you are, so you can start respecting yourself. And like I always talk about, for anybody who wants to know why our journals are empty, like I say, they're empty because we want you to get things out of your head with clarity. If I tell you what to write down, it's not clear. You're not being clear with yourself. So we want to make sure that you getting down the things you need to get out your head. Write it down, go back and reflect, and go from there. All right. So make sure y'all take advantage of that as well. Also, we do have a clarity kickback academy, right? I mean, I'm sorry, not my academy. We do have our first annual clarity kickback networking celebration on June 27th. So if you are going to be in the Cincinnati, Ohio area, I don't know when y'all watching this video. Hopefully y'all watching it before June the 27th, 2026. Make sure that you click on the description in this video, grab your ticket, and join Queen A in person. Okay, it's going to be at the Cohatch location. Very nice, very savvy, very kickback. You can, if you want to know what it looks like, simply watch the reels and you can see exactly what it looks like. Okay, before we leave here today, I want to make sure that if you are a business owner, that you got something from this. And now you understand why respect is demonstrated through behavior and not through your opinions. Okay, not through your opinions. Not. So like we talked about in there. I hope you understand now how to get out of that thinking that, oh, you know what? it's built on me, my environment or, the government or, me not having no funds or it's not. Them are all opinions that you're telling yourself. Respecting yourself does not start like that. And it definitely doesn't end like that. And it's not built like that. And I hope y'all understand from this episode why. And also how that you can start building it, right? We talked about that as well. You flip it. So we talked about that. So I hope y'all gain something from it. Make sure that if you are a business owner and you are in the Cincinnati, Ohio area, that you make sure that you join me at the June 27th Clarity Kickback Network and Celebration, where I will be honoring 3 businesses for clarity, excellence, and communication. Also, make sure if y'all would like, I will make sure, let me put this up here for you all real fast. If you want to, you can feel free to take care of my free clarity tool. If you want to learn how to focus on fact over feelings, which this is a great episode for that, because you focus on fact over feelings, you'll learn how to start respecting yourself. Make sure that you click on that link, that QR code, and download that freebie. All right. And also, if you would like, you know what? Well, Queen A, I'm watching this from my phone, so I can't scan it. That's totally fine. I got y'all covered. Click on the link in my bio. The freebie is there as well, and download that freebie as well. Okay. Also, if you would like to be a guest on our podcast and talk about how you remain clear and kept clarity on your journey from where you were to where you are now, make sure that you email me at Queen A Speaks, okay? QueenASpeaks@gmail.com. All right. So you should see it down there at the bottom. Email QueenASpeaks@gmail.com to be a guest on the podcast, or you simply comment and put it in the comments. Hey, Queen A, I would like to be a guest, and I'll send you the link. All right. Well, that's all I have from you all. And remember this, if you're a business owner, that respect is demonstrated through your behavior, not through opinions. And we're talking about respect yourself. Okay. So we're talking about the respect that you give to yourself, not others. And if nobody else loves you, you already know Queen A does. Later. Mwah.